Okay, so today I'm going to explain about the Power Pivot in Microsoft Excel. Normally, we use other software, that is Power BI software. That software is also used for data analysis, and the same thing and or almost similar things that we can perform in Microsoft Excel. So how to do this one? So first of all, that you can see we have number of files in front of you, the cookies type, customers, orders, and the next file is that I have just created this empty file and I have put name as the Power Pivot in Microsoft Excel. This is the example that we will do today. So in this case you can see that there is no any pivot button over here. You can see the file, home, insert, and help at the end. But first of all, the first step is to add some plugins. So how to do this one? The first step is go to file, and you will find more at the bottom. Click on more options and you will find here options. So when you click on the options here, and you will find one environment, that is the Excel options that are available, and on the left hand side you will find add-in. Once you click on add-in, and you will find here view and manage Microsoft Office add-in window. So in this, that at the bottom you can say manage, click on the drop arrow and you will find com adds in and click on go. Once you click on go, you will find some options. No need to select all the options. Only one option that you will select, that is Microsoft Office Power Pivot for Excel. Okay, so once I select this one, this checkbox, then click on OK, then you will find the Power Pivot here. It was not before that. So now this information is available with us. Then click on the Power Pivot and you will find 1 2 3 4 5 6 button over here in front of you. Now the same thing that we are going to perform, and just we will create a data model. When we say the data models, it means that we are going to add data. So how to add data in this so that we can perform today? So what are the 4 or 5 things that we will perform? Number one is to create a data model. Then we will create some calculations, and third we will create some measures. Then next point will be visualize table with the pivot table and pivot chart. And the last thing that we will do today, that will be add some KPI. It's a key performance indicator that we will add. So once that we have added all the plugins, then you have seen that Power Pivot table here, tab here. And now what to do? So next will be to create the data model. So how to do this ones, I'm just going to explain now. And there is the manage button over here. You can click the manage button and you will find the blank window, right? You will find the blank window here. Is nothing is here. So what to do that? Now the next step will be you can add data from, when you click from a database, from data service, from other resources. So I'm just going to select this from other resources, the third options. Once I select this options, and I find the table import wizard, so we are going to import some data. So now once that we have seen all these things, so which option that we need to select? Scroll down and you will find Excel file, right? So once you click on the Excel file, go to next, and here a friendly connection name, Excel is already there. You can write my connection or Excel connection, so whatever that you want you can write. It's on you. Now the next step is Excel file path. So Excel file path is from where that data will be extracted, data will be connected. So now you click on the browse and you will find some data here. So let's say that we have data in one folder. Okay, so now we have three files. So which file that we want to select and import? The first one is the customer file. Click on the customer file and click on open. And once that click on open, the whole path that will be displayed here. And here the one button you can see, use first row as column header. So click on the first row as column header and click on next. Once you click on next, then you will find the name of the file, the source table, and the friendly name. This is the friendly name automatically created. And if you want to like a preview here, you can click on the preview. You can see this data over here, and exactly the same thing that is displayed over here, which is available in the source file, means in the Microsoft Excel file. So click on OK here and finish. Once you click on finish, then the successfully the data is imported, right? So you can see successfully and 5 rows are transferred. So when click on close, and you will find one thing, right? So you will find here customers, and you find all the data that is imported. Now this is the first file that we have imported. We have another two files exactly the same way, that we will go to the first, second, and third option from other sources and scroll down a little bit, go to Excel and go to next. Then again, that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write here the path. The first one was the customer one. Now I'm just uh, going to click on the order, then click on open, use first row as a column header, and next. So this file we want, click on the preview, you will find here orders file. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 columns. Click on OK and finish. So operation cannot extend the data source. It means you need to go further once again. Excel, okay, so 6 rows are transferred. So 1 2 3, so 3 columns we have here. If we would like to change the name, we can change the name by just right click and rename. It's a cookie type and enter. Okay, so in case if we would like to delete this one, so we can delete from the model. If we want to delete it, right click on this table, on this data, and when you click on delete, and yes, that data will be deleted, right? So if you would like to add another table, we have order table. So the order table can be taken and imported from these options, and click on Excel, then next. So now we can use here order table. Click on browse and click on the order one, then open. Then we can click on next. Preview and filter. Okay, then finish, then close. So once you click on close, then orders table is also inserted. So two tables we have inserted. And if we close this one, once you close this one, and we will find this sheet, but we don't find anything here. It is just like a simple Microsoft Excel file, but where that data we have imported. So we have imported that data here. When we click on manage, then we will find that data. This data is available like this table, the both tables that we have here. When we close this one, we are not able to find anything. So the manage button is very important, that comes under the power pivot. Okay, so now, so there is another way also, like so click, for example, click on the plus sign and I have inserted a sheet 2. Click on the plus sign, I have inserted sheet 2. So now the third is the cookie type. So cookie type I want to add in the data model, but not in the same way, but in a different way. Okay, so how to do this one? So first of all, we should know where that data is available. So I'm just going to go for, this is the cookie types. When we click on the cookie types, we find some data. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy, this one, right? And I'm just going to paste here, copy and paste here in Microsoft Excel. Okay, I have just copy and paste data from there, right? Okay, so now the other file which I opened, I'm just going to close it. I have closed that file. Now we have this data. I want to add this data in the model. I want to add this data in the model. How to add this one? There is add to data model button available. Look at this. You will find this button here, power pivot, and here add to data model. So first step is to, you need to select this data. Then click on add to data model. So here you need to click on OK. This data is also added. Look at this. You will find the table 1 name here. So in this case, if you want to change this name, click on the rename. Then you can change this name to cookie type and press enter. So now you find that we have imported 3 files. All the 3 files are here. Customer file, in which customers information is here. You can look at this, and like the name, phone number, address, all this is related to the customer. And also just remember what we have in the customer file. We have a customer ID, right? And second one is the order. In order we have a customer ID as well as order ID. Two IDs are here. And next is the product and units sold, how many units are sold and on which day all these units are sold. So this information is available in the order. And cookie type, in the cookie type you can find here cookies type here, revenue and cost per cookies. So cookies type means here you can say exactly the same cookies name. Okay, right. So we have imported data, but can we say like is there any relationship between these? As I have shown you all these like customer ID, order ID. In the other software, in the Power BI, they find automatically the relationship and they establish the relationship without doing any efforts. But in this case, we need to establish that relationship. So how to establish a relationship? This is the next step. Relationship means how to create a relationship. So we know that, so all these IDs are available, and so Excel is a software in which that we have to mention all these things. So here you can say something on the right hand side, diagram view. When you click on the diagram view, you will find all these 3 tables. So in 3 tables, you can find number of headings, number of fields. Now the first one that we have a customer, order and a cookie type, we all have. In the customer we have a customer ID, and here also in the customer ID what you can do, we can establish a relationship like this. Just drag and drop and relationship is established. Okay, so now if I hover over this button here, if I click on this one, then you will find the name of the headings that will appear here, just little hovering over without any clicking, right? And now cookie type, the cookie type is here revenue per cookie and cost per cookie is also available. But the cookie type, we don't find anything cookie type here, but we know that the cookie type and the product is same. So cookie type and the product is same. So the what I'm going to do, I'm just dragging the cookie type on the product. So now again the second relationship is also established. So so this is what we have done, and now we can click on the data view. If we click on the data view that will be remain same, but internally from the backend that relationship is we have established. So this is the one to many. So one to many, one customer have a many order. It shows that one customer have many order. It's a one, and here is a star. One to many, and this is a one to many, right? So cookie types orders can be done and the different customers in the order table. So one to many relationship. So click on the data view and you will find the data here. Now what we want to know that how much revenue did we make per order. So it means what was the cost and what was the total profit that we will calculate. So in order to do this one, so we don't have any columns here, so we need to add some columns. So we have here cookie types. In the cookie types, so you can see that we have cookies name, and in cookie types we have a revenue per cookie and a cost per cookie. So we know revenue is 5 and cost is 2. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. If we want, like already we have established the relationship here, you can see, and on the basis of the relationship it means the full data is available with us, and we can make some visualizations and analysis of data very easily. So next is click on the order, and here we want to add some columns. So first column that we are going to add is the revenue, second is the cost, and the third one is the profit. So first one is, when I click on this add column, and we am going to write here a revenue, enter. So revenue column is added, and here add column, I double click on this one, and after revenue I'm just going to write here cost. Revenue means sales minus cost. So here I'm just going to write again, double click the profit. So 3 columns I have added, right, just by simply clicking on the add columns here. Now the revenue, we know that the revenue is what? Revenue is the unit sold we have, but we don't have a revenue per cookies. So what we want to do, we want to multiply this multiply by this revenue per cookie. We want to do this one. So how to do this? We know that we have one uh, built-in function which is known as related. So by using related functions, we can get data from the another table, the same columns from the another table, and multiply with the unit sold, then revenue per units that will be available here. So how to do this one? So just simply what we can do, we can click here and put a equal to sign. When we put is equal to sign, this will appear here in this dashboard. So is equal to sign, then we have relate. So related function is available. When double click on this related, we will find some information. So what kind of information that we have? So here here what we want from the customer. So from the customer we have some information, and also from the cookies type we have some information. So I'm just going to click on the cookie type revenue per cookie. So once I click on the revenue per cookie and bracket close, if normally if I press enter, exactly the same thing will be appeared here, you will see. Okay, so 5, exactly the 5 that you can see here is coming like 5, 1, 5, 4, 3, and 6. So that is coming according to, like you can see, if you scroll down you will be able to see the data here. But what we want, just click once again, and here revenue per cookie, how many cookies are sold, how many cookies are sold. So we know that 292 cookies are sold, right? This is the order ID and this is the date. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a star and unit sold. So here what I'm going to write, I'm just going to write here unit sold. When as that I mentioned here unit, then automatically name of the table, orders, and one column that appears. Just double click on this. This is the formula you can see. When I press enter, what will happen? The revenue columns is filled automatically from the top to bottom for all the 700 rows. So this is the first revenue, exactly the same way that we will perform this one for the cost. And for the cost I'm just going to click it here, and I'm putting here is equal to sign. So after then I'm just going to write a relate function, related. Click on related. We have cost per cookies, double click on this one, bracket close. Now cost per cookies is available, multiply by the unit sold. Unit sold, you can click over here and it will automatically appear, and when you press enter, the cost per cookie is also available. Now we know that two things are available, revenue and the cost. Revenue means sales, sales minus cost is equal to profit. I want to calculate profit here, I click on this one, then I'm just going to write a revenue. Revenue is here minus, I'm just going to write cost, and cost is here. So revenue minus cost is equal to profit. So you can find here the profit, we have this minus this, the profit for the all records has been displayed over here. Okay, so once we have uh, inserted all these columns, then next step is if we want to know some additional information. For example, how many customers we have, and what is the total profit, and what is the average profit per customers. So in this case that we can use measures to calculate all these informations. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close this one. So I have just closed this. So once I have closed, then we have a normal Microsoft Excel sheet file in front of us. Now click on the power pivot. When you click on the power pivot, so what you will do, then we have measures. Already the measure button is here, the second one. When you click on this one, then new measures and manage measures. So we click on the first one, the new measures. When you click on the new measures, then you will find here the table name. Table name is already here. Which table, for which table that you want to do, like, so when you click on this arrow, we have three tables, right? So in which table that you want to do, just for example the customer table is here. So let's say that the customer table, measures, name of the measures, here I'm just going to write total number of customers, total number of customers. So the total number of customers I have written here, and formula, this is the area in which we can write formula. So formula is that I'm just going to write a distinct, so distinct count. So this is distinct count, right? So once that you write a distinct count, we know that if we are going to count something, the customer ID, we know the customer ID. So the customer ID is here, you can see that. So once you select this customer ID from the customer table, customer ID, double click on this, right, and the bracket close. And now we want like a number, currency, or journal. So if I click on the number, then I want a non-decimal point. So here I'm just going to make it 0. Once I have just created this 0, then we click on OK. Right. So now this is created. So this is created. But how we can say where it is created? We cannot see anything here. The one measure is created, we know, but this is a normal Microsoft Excel file. But we want to see something is created, that you need to click on manage. When you click on manage, and then you will find here under the customer table total number, right? So total number you will be able to see here. So total number 5 is coming. So total number 5 is coming automatically. So this is the measure which is already created. This is the measure, it is created. Okay, so now we can add measures directly in this Power Pivot. What I mean to say, if I, for example, I close this one, and here that we go to measure and we create. Instead of going to like in the simple file and clicking on the measures and we clicking on the new one, what I can do, and I can create a measure directly. So click on the measure, click on the manage, then you will find here now how to create measures directly here. Okay, so now we can create measures directly here. So just what you need to do, just you need to click as equal to sign. Once you click here and put as equal to sign here, and after then you can write here some formulas. The sum formula is here, just click on the sum. If when you double click on this, then you will find for like which total that you want. So what I want the total from the order there is the profit, revenue. So what I want profit, right, total of profit. So when I click on this one, right, so the sum of all the orders and the profits that will be here. When I click enter, so what happened, so this is the sum of all these, the total. So now if I want to change the name of these measures, what I need to do, I need to click here and I need to write here total profit. This is the total profit, colon sign, and is equal to. So at the time that when you change the name, it's a total profit and enter. So this colon and is equal to sign, that should be combined with the last word, right? So that's why that you will be able to see here the total profit. This second measure is also created. And the third measure, if I want that average profit, if I click here and is equal to sign, now average profit is the total profit divided by number of customers. So here I'm just going to write here average profit. So here the total profit we have, the total profit, then divide by total number of customers and enter. So we have here average profit. So click on the measures once again, right here average profit. So now we find here average profit is also available in the form of measures. So what you need to do now, you need to close this Power BI. Now we are at the normal window. So what is the next whatever that we have done since for, what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is that we want to make a data analysis. We want to analyze the data according to the requirement. So how to do this one? Okay, so now everything we have created columns, we have established a relationship with between the tables, we have created measures. So all the data already that we have, and we have set and normalized the data. So next step is we want to insert that pivot table in the normal Excel sheet. So this is the normal Excel sheet. So look at this, we will click on insert button. When you find here the insert button, and then you will be able to see the pivot table on the left hand side. When you click on the pivot table here, then you will find one, two, three options. The third option is the from the data model. When you click on the data model here, then it will be the one window will appear in front of you. What you need to do, click on the new worksheet. So once that you click on the new worksheet, and you need to click OK. At the moment that you click OK, you will find some pivot table on the left hand side, and pivot table fields on the right hand side. So now, so look at the right hand side, you will find some tables here. You can find there's cookie type table is here, customer table is here, order table is here. So the first is the customer table. In the customer table, that you will find a name. When you click on the customer table, you will find name. So once that I click on the name, or what you can do, you can drag this to the row, or just click on the name, and you will find here filter column value and the four and the rows. So all these fields and areas are available by default underneath. So next is we go to the another table. Once the moment that you click on this name, then the name that appear on the left hand side. If I just want to remove this one, remove the field, and it will be removed. Right, again I just want to add it, click on the name, and it will be added by default and putting under the row. The next is the order. So we have order table. I'm just going to close this customer table. Then we have order table. So click on the order table. In the order table we have order ID. Click on the order ID here, and order ID, the value of that definitely will appear in the value by default. So once you see that the sum of the order ID, that we don't want the sum of the order ID here. What we want something unique. So then click on this, then you will find the value field settings. Go to the value field setting, and you will find some types of calculation that we want. I want not sum, but I want to count all these. So when I click on OK, after selecting the count from this box, then you will see that the count of the order ID that changes. It means 132 customers have ordered, like, so these are our ABC groceries customers. These are our big customers, and we have ordered as per our customers, and total are 700 orders that we have here in this table. So now we can see that all measures in the pivot table that we can use very easily. Now the next is if we want to add a profit, right? So no doubt we want to know from these customers how much profit that we are earning, so that we can also add, so very easily. So now just go to the customer order. We have this customer order here, and here we can add the profit. So let's say where the profit is, we will find here a total profit. When I click on the total profit here, and that total profit appears in front of us, so this is the total profit that we can see, and automatically that comes under the value, right? So this is how that we have created all these things. Next is how to add KPI. It's a key performance indicator, and it means that how much profit by each customer. If we want to know, then key performance indicator can be created. So how to do this one? We know that we have here Power Pivot. So click on the Power Pivot here. Now you will find here the third button. This is the KPI. When you click on the KPI, you will find here new KPI. Click on the new KPI, you will find again so one box over here. So this is the key performance indicators. So key performance indicator, this shows like number of customers, total profit, and what you can do, just you can select here total profit, because the performance that we want to know on the basis of profit. And you can see that here the like the big company is the ABC Grocery, and the second one is here Park and Shop convenience store. That you can say like all data is around 500,000 or 600,000. What we can do, we can select this KPI base field. This is the base field, and we can just click on the absolute value, and we can write here $600,000, around $600,000 that we have set. The moment that we have selected this $600,000, you can see the red color, and we can see this yellow color and the green colors. So you can just select any of these, like if you want, okay, any of these, but I'm just going to select the first one. So this is the icon style. If I just want to change this to, like, let's say $400,000, right? So till the $400,000 is a minimum, and then the average is this one. Let's say target is $600,000. So like this target that we want. Okay, so now once that I have selected all this informations, and absolute value like $600,000. Now what you can do, we can just select OK. Okay, so when I click on OK, then you will see total profit status. So total profit status is available, that will shows like 0 1 0 minus 1 and minus. So this is the total profit status that you can see. Now what you can do here in the customer table, you can scroll down, and here the total profit status, and you can see, click on this total profit status and click on the goal. When you click on the goal, right, so you will find here the goal is here, right? So you can find goal easily in front of you, right? Okay, so once you see this total profit goals and total profit, and just deselect this status and select it once again, then you will find the different colors in front of you, right? So we have this goal setting, and as per the goals, we have this total profit, and you can see that different colors that shows the total profit status. Okay, now I just want to see that's data in a more visual way. So how we can see that data? So first of all, you can see the pivot table, and along with that pivot table analyzer. So when we click on the pivot table analyzer, you can see here pivot chart. So when you click on the pivot chart, then you will see a number of options on the left hand side by just clicking on the bar chart, a pie chart, and line chart. So just I'm just going to click on the pie chart. So once I click on the pie chart, and I'm just going to click on OK. So we have this information here. So we have this information available, and so what we can do, uh, we can uh, we can just right click on this one, and uh, we can change this data. Just we can copy and paste, right? If I click on this rows table, if I click on this count on like the count of order ID, if I right click, and you can see sort. Sort we can change from the largest to smaller. When I click on this, then a little bit changes you can see over here. So this is like we have here data available. We can just reduce the size or increase the size, and put on the left hand side somewhere, and again click on the pivot table analyzer. So when we click on this pivot table analyzer, we can insert a slicer. So what is a slicer? Click on this one, you will find all button and active button. So I'm just going to click on the all. Here the city, state, and everything here, all the fields are here, but for the active tables, like, so if I click on all, cookie types are here, cost per cookies is there, and revenue per cookie is also available. If I just click on the cookie type, and we have here OK button. When I click on the OK button, you will find one slicer available. So now what to do? When I click on this cookie type, and automatic data is changing. Click on the fortune, and the data is changing. Sugar, then data is changed. So automatically, that by clicking on this one, the data is changing. Not just data, but also the pie chart is also. Look at this chocolate type, and the data has changed, right? So data has changed. So now we have used key performance indicator, KPIs, and data, and the slicer, and just the table. So all the things that if we collectively say, we can visualize this data very easily.